Don't do it. No. No. Stop. You're not supposed to bite feet. It's not nice. Little rascal. Go play with something else. Hi there, creative creatures, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Christina, and I am the owner of Leah Linnell Art and Crochet, and today we're doing something a little bit different. It is snowy outside. I am procrastinating everything that I should be doing, and I want to start a new hobby. And I thought I would document the whole process and tell you what I think of it. I mentioned this in my previous studio vlog, I think it is, but I've also mentioned it on Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, go ahead and do so. I do most of my live updates there on the patterns I'm creating and the art I'm making. So there will be links in the description down below. But today we are testing out punch needling. I don't know what it is, but for the past couple of months, I've had this urge to try punch needling. I've been watching YouTube videos, I've been talking to friends of mine who does punch needle, so I've gotten quite a bit of tips and tricks because there's a lot of information out there and it's really hard to find out the right kind of yarn fabric needle combo because everyone has their preferred combination of the three and there doesn't seem to be like a set answer for what is right. So I'm struggling with that, but I do have this punch needle which has three sizes. It has a 1.3 millimeter, a 1.6 millimeter, and a 2.2 millimeter. I also have some burlap fabric and I have some monk's cloth. So I'm gonna test out both fabrics and see what I like, if it even works. With this needle, I think I'm gonna use a cotton yarn for it because I wanna make some mug rugs. And we're gonna do our own design. So that's the first thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sit down with my iPad and Procreate and we're gonna make, I think, 2 designs for some mug rugs or coasters. I think one will be like a Volkswagen hippie bus, like the front of the Volkswagen hippie bus. That's like, I love that car. That is my dream car right now. The new vamped up electric version, the ID Buzz, is my dream car. But I would love to own the old retro one. It's that would make my hippie artist dreams come true. But my account does not allow for me to make a purchase like that. Not even close. So that's gonna stay in my dreams for a while. But we're gonna try to draw the front of that bus and make a rug mug out of that. And I think we're gonna do some like hippie swivel pattern as well with some really bright, nice colors. So that's what we're gonna make. Let's get to drawing. Okay, so first, before I get to actually drawing, I'm gonna go to Pinterest. I'm gonna do some research and find some inspiration and make myself a punch needle inspo board so that I have a general idea of the things I want to make for this project and probably for other projects, because I know that when I dive into that Pinterest hole, I might be stuck there for a while. But we're gonna at least go look for other illustrations of that retro bus, and we're gonna draw our own, but I like to look at other people's illustrations and drawings and kind of draw some inspiration and find out what it is that I want to create. So let's do a deep dive on Pinterest. morning. Well, it's not morning anymore. It is now 10:25. How did that happen? I've been up since 5:30 and I feel like I have gotten nothing done except for getting the kids ready for daycare. What are these bangs doing today? Yeah, I feel like I've done nothing except for keeping the kids alive and getting them to daycare and then feeding myself and tidying up a little bit. I had the intention of getting going and working really early on, but that obviously didn't happen. So here we are. I have my coffee. I'm eating some chocolates because I'm feeling like crap. Not sick, I just don't feel rested. Our oldest daughter woke me up sometime in the night when she came into our bed. And then our youngest woke up at 5:30, so I have not gotten as much sleep as I should. But we have coffee. Right now we have silence, chocolate, and we're gonna try to punch needle. Which is exciting. That makes me happy. This has been in the making for so long, and I realized that I kept saying the Volkswagen bus all day yesterday when it's actually the van. I think it's because the new one is called the ID Buzz, and I keep calling the old one a bus. But anyways, I finished my drawings. These are the two illustrations that I have. I'm gonna print them out, the outlines, so that I can draw it on the fabric that I have. And then we're gonna see if we like punch needling. All right, I have myself a new big cup of coffee. I found some yarn, some 8x4 cotton yarn. I also have some 8x8 cotton yarn, but I think I'm gonna try with the 8x4 so that I know that I have a big enough needle. And because I am testing it out with like jute or burlap, I think I'm gonna try with a smaller needle so it can actually punch through without breaking the fabric. I have no idea what I'm doing. This is a real, to honest, fake it till you make it moment. Printed out my designs. Got a hoop. Let's attach this dish. Let's attach this to the hoop and draw up the designs and see if we can actually get a mug rug made. That ring is supposed to be that way. Let's do this. Pretty sure I got this hoop in a like punch needle DIY kit that I didn't use because I just needed the tote bag for a school project and not the actual punch needle kit. But it's coming in handy now, right? Oh, come on. Go. I'm just gonna tighten this up. So I decided to start with this design, which is gonna be the orange and pink. And then if I get the hang of it, I'll move on to this more detailed design. I don't know why this is making me so nervous. Like, it's just yarn, it's just a craft. I think it's just that I want to succeed because I love the look of the craft so much. Okay, so we need to change out this needle. It's a little bit frustrating that they haven't marked the size of the needles for like later projects, but I'm gonna try with the biggest one, the 2.2 millimeter. I don't know why information about punch needling is so hard to come by. Like there's a ton of information out there, don't get me wrong, but they are a little bit all over the place, and I find that I kind of struggle to find the exact information that I'm looking for. My battery is dying. That's great. Oh, yawn barf. Now I'm curious to see if this yarn will actually fit in this punch needle. I couldn't find any very specific information about the height of the hoops for coasters, so I really have no idea. I guess I'm gonna have to just try a couple of times outside of my own pattern and see what it looks like. But the thread went through nicely, so there's hope. There is hope. Ah! Okay, so I think I'm gonna charge my camera batteries, do some work, answer some emails and stuff, and then we're gonna try this. And we have more snow. All right, we have some more battery power on our camera, and I did a little bit of office work, answered some emails and stuff. So that needs to be done as well. I guess we're about ready to test out the punch needle. Simba, you don't want to go out right now. It's snowing like crazy. One of my immediate, not concerns, but confusions here is the... Okay, he wants to go out. I'll be right back. So, one of my confusions and worries here, because this is an adjustable punch needle, so you can adjust the height of the hoops pretty much. I'm gonna test out on a little area just to see how it works and how it looks, but this is so loose that I worry that I might end up adjusting it while I'm working and not on purpose. So I think once I have figured out the height that I want, I think I'm gonna just place a little piece of tape right here just to kind of keep it in place so I don't have to worry about that. This is making me so nervous. I don't know why this is making me so goddamn nervous, but we're gonna try on this little area here. Okay, so that works fine. Now I just want to see how that looks. I think we need to have higher loops. Let's try 8. Is that like too tall? I don't know. I think I'm gonna look at some pictures of... Hello there. I think I'm gonna look at some pictures of other people's coasters just to see if I can see the height. This is so much more comfortable than just adjusting the camera, right? But I'm gonna do that real quick just to get kind of a reference point. And then see. Okay, so I think I figured out the right settings for the height that I want for this punch needle. That is 6, sorry. So I've just added a little piece of tape here to keep that in place. And I think we're gonna do our first attempt. We're gonna watch some YouTube and try this out. Not looking too shabby for a first try at least. Okay, so I am done with the first color. It went pretty well, and I like the look of it. It's a little bit uneven, but I was expecting that for that to be my first try, but it looks pretty good. As I was worried about the height of the needle, it did start to adjust, so I needed to put a little bit more tape on it to keep it in place. I might have to invest in a needle that is one particular height later on, but that's for a later time. I also noticed that probably because this is my first time and I'm a bit insecure in what I'm doing, I was holding the needle a little too tight because my arm was starting to hurt a little bit. So I need to learn how to relax while I'm working. I think I got better at it once I got in the flow of doing the punch needling, but this is fun! So let's change over to pink and continue on. I don't know what it is, but I feel so off today. It's not like I feel sick, I just feel completely drained of energy. Like I have nothing to give. So, I guess it's one of those days. Treated myself to a slow morning and a Danish and tried to sit down and work on some school stuff now, but I'm really struggling to concentrate. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give myself a break. I'm gonna listen to my body and take a breather and just take things slow today. I think I'm gonna start that second punch needle design because I'm done with the first one. It is by no means perfect. But that is to be expected because this is my very first try. So this is what it looks like. Not too bad. But if you look closely, there is quite a bit of unevenness. When I got to the final round of color, the final round of pink, I started getting the hang of it. So this pink part right here is quite even. So I think I'm getting the hang of it and I really like it. I'm having so much fun and it's so therapeutic. I think all kind of yarn hobbies are therapeutic to me. Just doing something with your hands and letting your mind either be occupied with the things that you're doing or you can let it wander. And I felt like this was sort of a meditative thing for me where I could just sit still, I watched X-Files last night while I did the last part and it was just very zen, very relaxing. So I'm very happy about how this came out. I'm gonna go get some glue either today or tomorrow to glue it and then cut it out and trim it. But I think I'm gonna go for the second design. Now I wanna get everything. I wanna get like the frame and I wanna get more punch needles. This is dangerous, you guys. This is gonna be expensive. But yeah, let's take a slow day and attempt the second punch needle design. So the peace sign that I had illustrated on the front of the van is too small. It's too thin of a line, so it won't show up properly. So I unraveled that and I'm gonna continue on having just solid color there instead. But yeah, It looks like I haven't really broken the fabric that much, so I think we're good. I think why I'm feeling off is maybe because I'm ovulating, and this might be TMI for some, but I don't care. But I've found that after having had 3 kids, like the period where I'm ovulating is usually more painful and more, like I can feel that more on my body than the actual period itself. So I think that might be what's going on. So giving myself grace today, just taking it slow, watching some X-Files, having some coffee. I'm gonna go get myself some iced water as well. So let's keep on working. So let's talk punch needling. My first attempt, it was not great. I had a lot of fun with it though, but the first one I didn't even bother to like the glue and everything because it is so uneven, and I worked way too close to each other with the stitches, and I kept like pulling or pushing on threads on the other side. So I'm calling this my trial patch, and like I said, it was fun, but I didn't bother doing the rest of the process with this one just because it looked so wonky and weird. The second one, however, was a lot better. I mean, it's not perfect, but I really like it. I probably would use a different felt for the backing. This one is a little thin, but this is the first real mug rug that I've made, and I'm so proud of myself, and I had so much fun. I will say this though, going into punch needling, finding the right needle, yarn, fabric, it is a bit of a challenge. If you go online and search for the answers, you will find 1,000 different combinations that people swear by, and I think it's kind of down to preference, a lot of it. So unfortunately, it's mostly just trial and error, and I was a bit lucky with the combination that I went for with the information that I had, and found a pretty good combination. So if anyone want to know, I use jute or burlap fabric. It looks like this close up. Now, I am by no means any expert, but this is what it looks like. I have not tried with monk's cloth or anything else yet. I will probably do that at some point. I also use a 2.2 millimeter needle and 8x4 cotton yarn. So that was a really good combination for me and something that worked straight out of the bat. But that being said, punch needling is such a wonderful hobby. It's so therapeutic the way you can sit and work and just punch through the fabric and watching it turn into something completely different. You can also play around with it so much. You can draw your own illustrations. You can pretty much make whatever you want when it comes to the picture or the illustration or whatever you want to call it that you want to punch needle, and how complex you make it is really up to you. You can do something really simple with just one color, or you can do several colors. I had a really good time, if you couldn't tell. And so I guess the big question is, have I found myself a new hobby? I don't know. What do you think? Is it a new obsession? Hobby? I don't know. Spoiler alert. There's gonna be mug racks in my Etsy shop soon. So there's that. Thank you so much for coming along with me on the punch needle journey and trying out a new hobby. If you are curious about a new hobby, do it. Go for it. Try it. What have you got to lose? Honestly. Except for maybe money, because new hobbies can be expensive. But other than that, I think it's really important for the mind and for the soul to explore new things and explore new hobbies. So go for it. Try something new. That's it. This is where I'm going to end this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And I will see you in another video soon. Goodbye!